Howdy folks, Super Warrior here, and welcome back to another review on this week's, or last week, sorry I was late, so it was a busy week for me, so yeah. So, last week's SMG4 video, so yeah, my Mario Academia. Yep, it's anime time, boys. Let's see how it goes. It starts out with the opening narration by Swagmaster and Chris telling about this world with inhabitants having their own superpowers, or as they describe them, abilities and quirks. Just gotta love this opening since Swag can't stop screwing it up. Okay, I would have liked it more if it continued throughout the episode. It then cuts to the classroom with the gang messing around with their powers, such as Mario's giant hand. Pretty cool. Bob throwing toilet paper. It will be useful in throwing toilet papers at houses. Okay, Psycho summoning Kermit, JoJo style. Yes. Bowser throwing his children. Father of the Years, ladies and gentlemen. Father of the Year. Shroomi's banjo playing. Does this count as a quirk? And Maggie's transformations into Gmod, errors and mixing textures. Pretty clever since she can't transform into a squid anymore. And Tari's super strength. Pretty cool. Oh, and there's also SMG4, whose quirk is roasting tweets. It's pretty tame if you've been on Twitter recently. So then we're introduced to the class teacher, that is of course Captain Falcon. The greatest captain then assigns tasks on how to become real superheroes. First off, with Mega and Mario and Tari helping out the old lady crossing the street. What could go wrong? Mario tries to help out, okay, never mind, since the big ham plumber decides to slap her. But luckily Tari stops her with her hilarious stare. So Tari carries her, but traffic gets in the way. Luckily, Maggie transforms into an error on the road, causing comical pile-up in the street. So, thumbs up for this simple, well done segment. Next up, it's Boopkins, Shroomy, and SMG4 at the grocery store to stop Wario's hostile rampage with an AK-47. Yes, Shroomy, having guns ain't a quirk. The three try to figure out what to do. Boopkin's quirk is being explosive, but it's useless since he says that he'll die from using it just once. Okay, not a bad use of dark humor. SMG4 then tweets out, Wario is a stinky doo-doo butt. It affects Wario's feelings, and he has a flashbacks accompanied by Shroomi's music of his parents insulting him for failing school. No wonder he's been acting like a bit of a bully. And I wonder if Luigi saw that tweet. It works, and we'll chalk up another decent segment. Then we have Bowser, Bob, and Psycho rescuing Peach, whose quirk is getting herself in danger. Totally accurate, man. Totally accurate. Of course, Peach gets always in danger from a house fire. Bob pathetically tries to save her by throwing toilet paper at the fire, which he's obviously that it's flammable. Bowser's reluctant to throw Junior into the fire as if that will do anything to help his crush. Finally, we have my favorite part of the segment, Psycho summoning JoJo Kermit by Stanley putting out with a hose saying, with great power comes with big booty bitches. Yes, Peach is still burning to death, but Psycho lazy refuses to take action, claiming she doesn't get paid. Is this a payment for what she tried to do months prior to the video? We cut back the whole gang in the stadium preparing for an upcoming Ultimate Challenge, which is make Falcon fall over. Efraim and Mario wants to bail out from this event, even though the two have battled each other for 20 years. Yeah. Yet the captain kept his hand before he could scram. Then the Mario Bros attempt to trip him over in the woods. Mario attempts to do a forward aerial on the captain to no avail, getting Falcon flicked. Luigi then uses his quirk to attack him by rolling 5 dice instead of 6. Wow. I agree with Falcon because that power is really sad. Can we get a after the chest for Luigi, please? Tari and Bookins are up in the Arctic tundra, and he tells her to think of something that makes her peeved to attack Falcon, being, and of course, an annoying video game mascot. Thanks, SMG4. It's Popsy. But the captain wears a duck cap, so her move backfires, and Tari gives it. What can she do? Having no choice. She loves ducks so much. Bookins, having no choice, Bookins asks her to throw him to bomb Falcon after turning Super Saiyan, but he avoids the attack, getting flung into space. See ya. Pretty funny, and that's a 5. That's a 5 for 5. Then at the lake, it's Bob and Bowser's turn. A effort for throwing toilet paper and Koopalings. Next, Psycho uses Kermit, but Shroomy interrupts with the song for the frog, a ballad about Kermit and Phil Swift. It's sweet enough for the captain to break down crying, but disappoints Psycho. Now in the desert with Maggie and SMG4. He tries to roast Falcon, but he says he doesn't have a use Twitter. Immediately defeating his efforts as Maggie relatively expresses disappointment. Yep, I'm disappointed. SMG4 calls for an Uber to catch up, and Maggie strategizes her ability to camouflage. Falcon hides in an improperly rendered building where Maggie hides in the wall, but weakly pulls a couple punches due to her size and gets Falcon kicked. At this point, the crew's entire processes are practically futile. Back at the stadium, Captain Falcon tells his class that instead of failing, they pass because they all work as a team. Okie dokie then. Before they could celebrate or possibly express their frustration on their teacher, Ganondorf appears from a portal with Homer Thanos to supposedly take over the world with the evil League of Bad Boys. Falcon expresses shock, and the story is halted with "to be continued," and it turns out to be a pitch for Axel's anime. He asks the gang what did they think of it, with everyone sitting in silence, aside from SMG4 who helped with the project. Then Mario vomits as the video ends. I honestly say we'll have to see what happens next. Alright. So that's the summary and one of my thoughts on this. Overall, it's pretty funny. One, which I love the jokes and context of the segments, such as Tari's hatred of Bubsy, Megan's inability to turn into an Inkling, and Captain Falcon's appearance as All Might in his parody, among other stuff. The few issues I have is the green screen with Jima, which is slightly noticeable at times, and the game's costumes doesn't look that interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing them in a get out from the My Hero Academia characters like Mario making the thumbnail. Now on to the elephant in the room. I'm aware that these jokes have gotten stale for some viewers, but you have had to realize something. Do you have to be a weeb, or at least watch anime quite a bit, like me, to enjoy this video? Not exactly, because parodies are obviously common in media and in the internet. It's no exception to this rule. Anyone who hasn't watched this particular show or movie maybe introduces some capacity, especially with parodies. Whether or not if the creators are known to be fans of this piece of media, or know nothing about it for better or worse, it will raise awareness or remind viewers of the source material. It might not always make the audience laugh, but they will recognize what tropes are used. Face the facts, My Hero Academia is currently a popular anime, and the team at Glitch Productions are the fans of the medium. Occasionally it's taken inspired from it, so there's no way you can put 2 and 2 together and not think of an episode like this is possible. The argument that anime is oversaturated SMG4 is honestly pointless in mine. Since that in of itself is nothing new since the brothers were big Filthy Frank fans. It made sense they were inspired by that weebish humor and implemented something similar to that on their content, which nobody seems to point out. If you were in their shoes, you would do for the same thing if you were base your comedy around cartoons or other mediums. Like with your work, the point is, if you don't happen to get anything out of My Hero Academia or anime in general, then this aspect of their videos probably aren't for you unless you don't mind anime reference being used to point of being satirized. Like I mentioned, it has been done by other creators out of respect for the material. The same thing can apply to cartoons, video games, movies, etc. And that's my response to this little argument. In conclusion, my rating for My Mario Academia is a solid 9 out of 10. I would reiterate, if you're not a fan of anime references or jokes, then this isn't for you. But regardless, there are non-wees who will enjoy an episode like this, since the usual SMG4 comedy is still present. Before I go, I could point you out any episode or events from My Hero Academia in the comments to see what they put out in this parody. Please let me know. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this review, and I will see you next time in my next videos. Peace out.